I remember there's another horror game I should have mentioned at the end of last week. Alien Isolation.
Of course! Which apparently is one of the only games
play.
you've ever played that actually scares you.
Tense is more the word. When you're hiding beneath a desk and there's a xenomorph prowling around. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. I know that game came with a feature, I think it's only on consoles, where if you have a microphone,
I've seen it in action.
React to sounds in your... That's just asking for someone to troll you. If you take walking to the room and shout.
You can turn it off.
I know you can turn it off, but why even have that? Like, just asking someone to... I like Alien Isolation.
I think it's a great little feature to have, but it's kind of like it's an extra.
Yeah, I know at points if you're hiding in a locker and the alien comes near, you actually have to hold your Amanda Ripley.
Yeah, make her hold her breath.
Everyone calls her Ripley. Hold her breath, otherwise it will hear you. And it hears the motion detector. It's right next to me. Oh hi. And that game's fun. It's terrifying but fun. Although I still mention that the androids are more terrifying than the aliens.
What are they called again? It's
working jerks. It's the way they calmly state something and then they walk towards you. They don't run, they walk.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, where zombies are more terrifying. It's a slow movement.
It's the glowing eyes, and they just don't look human.
They're not.
Because they're cheap. Well, androids in the universe. They're the cheaper versions made by Seegson, not by Range Eternal. Cheaper and more mass-produced. They don't look human. They have glowing eyes, and they just, you shouldn't be here, and just walk towards you. I'm more scared of you than I am the alien. The alien, if you play properly, the alien's very rarely around. So it reacts to noise. Quiet. I like it. It's a fun game. Fun's not the right word for it.
What word would you say is right?
Gives you a heart attack. More so the first time you play it, because you're like, oh my god, it could be anywhere. I remember when you first enter the station, all you hear is things thundering. It's like several levels before you even see the xenomorph.
Yeah, it's true.
And you just hear something thundering around the vents. Like, it's going to come down any moment. And then you've got the people.
It sets the scene.
Well, yeah, well, it's based off the best Alien film.
The original.
Bite me, Aliens fans. Who like Aliens better than Alien. I'll admit, Aliens does have Lance Henriksen, which makes it...
Aliens is a completely different film, though. Aliens is a war film. It's an action war film, more than anything. It's a completely different genre, really.
Alien.
Well, yeah, Alien is a sci-fi horror. Is it horror or thriller, or is it both? Because
define the difference between horror and thriller.
We've had...
One's a Michael Jackson song.
We've had this conversation before when we were doing the commentaries in October. Usually, I've always...
We should do some more film correlates.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Before Halloween. Before Halloween.
I've always interpreted it that thriller is more psychological. It's what you don't see, and horror is what you do see. I'd
argue the best horror is what you don't see. Well, it's implied.
Yeah, it's implied, but equally good horror is stuff that you can see as well. I'm not saying it's entirely, but...
Welcome to Pokemon, we discuss horror.
Sorry, I'm just typing into Google, literally, just in terms of...
Google will know my answer! Google will know my answer!
No, I'm looking into other discussions to give an idea. But I just typed in the word difference, and the first thing that appeared on my search history is difference in a ministry and a department.
Difference between religion and a cult. No, my first one is difference between thriller and horror, and then thriller and action. Google knows me. Let's go for the first option. So I always go on the first. No, that's too much to read. Oh, come on, simple answer. Where's BuzzFeed when you need it?
Maybe this site can't be read. Alright, here we are. Oh god, there's so many.
Yeah, there's also a lot of reading. Come on, I want like simple internet things. I haven't got time to read.
Right, banked.
Yahoo Answers! Here we go. Here's where you get your answer from. Yahoo Answers. God. The only source of information on the internet.
I found Reddit.
That's even better. He says sarcastically. To me, thriller is a movie that actually requires some thought. Won't argue any good.
I suppose one thing could be argued in terms of it's in the title, isn't it? The point of a thriller is to thrill you. The point of a horror is to horrify you. Which isn't wrong. I mean, that's the nature of a horror film. Usually has, if you're going for classic, the classic idea of horror is it's meant to do something that horrifies you. Usually, it's got blood and gore. It's one of the key rules for it. Particularly if you're going for like Hammer horror. Hammer horror wasn't thriller. It didn't have elements of a thriller. It was literally blood, gore, violence. Usually, a lot of female nudity.
HBO, basically, you're saying.
Not exactly. A much smaller budget.
Joke, but I'm not going to. I've learned HBO fans are really pathetic.
I'm a HBO fan.
I know, point proven.
No, the Hammer horror stuff didn't have mega budgets for it, but they made do quite well on what they did. We've watched we've done a couple of Hammer horror stuff.
I have.
Generally, we quite liked them.
That was like more than a year ago. I can't remember that far back.
We've done a couple, haven't we? Not just the one. Was there only the one we did? It was...
Without going back and searching through, I can't
Dracula.
They all sort of blend into one.
It was Dracula. It was the Hammer horror Dracula with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. I think that's the only one we've done, actually.
Oh, there's playlists. Even searching through. Years goes Disney. Back to the Future. Saints Row 2. Halloween. We had Dracula, judging by the poster, in 2014. Frankenstein, Dracula, Halloween,
and Alien.
Halloween, and Alien, and we did the Addams Family.
Yeah, that was our first October one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mad to think how it's been that long. We've just passed our 3-year anniversary with the very first one we ever did.
I lose track.
Which was Pokemon, of course. It was Pokemon the movie.
Yeah, we need to redo. That was literally done in my head.
It was the only time we've ever done a video in the same place.
That was on. Yeah, and you can tell.
I was talking to people at work about that as well, because it's of course got the...
We recorded in his bedroom. What now?
No, it's because I mentioned it's the only time we've ever done the recording in the same place, because there was a moment I got a phone call partway through the recording, and I left, and then you
Professionalism
you ate some of my cream eggs.
Yes!
I had a bag of mini cream eggs, and you ate a couple of them whilst I was gone, and I didn't realise it until I was listening to the recording sometime later.
My God.
You did tell me, actually, if memory serves as well. You told me that you said that.
Chocolate in my mouth. I haven't eaten anything.
Because it was my last day in Worthing, wasn't it? No, it was coming up to my last couple of days in Worthing. And, it was Jess or someone. Might have been Jess or George.
Probably Jess. It was always Jess.
One or the other wanted to see me before I went. I think it was like I was leaving that day or something, or the next day. It was the last chance they wanted to make sure to see me before I went. Or was it what I came down to visit?
I can't remember. It's a long time. I say it's more than a year ago. I literally can't remember that far back.
Because 4 years ago... When did we start the channel? Was it 4 or 3 years ago?
2014 is the first film, so I assume.
Which is Pokemon, which is the first thing we ever did.
Yeah. So around there.
Which means that was when I think that was when I was visiting. Because I've been living in Edinburgh now for coming up to 4 years. So it was either just before I left Worthing or when I came down. One of the few times I visited afterwards. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Apparently we didn't do one in 2015.
What, any film?
No Halloween. Even if I didn't playlist them, should probably do it back.
We did do films. We've done films. We've done Halloween ones.
Okay, right. So we're going back through all the videos now. So you do is chat. Oh, search Halloween. It'd be a lot easier for me. Oh, Halloween, this bitch. Right, 2016. Yeah, we I did The Omen. I might have put it in the playlist somewhere. We only did 2 though. No, 3. No, it's 2016. It's the picture of Dorian Gray. We only did The Omen and Nightmare on Elm Street, which is...
Yeah, because Nightmare on Elm Street took us 2 bloody weeks to finally get it done. They kept dropping out.
That's all we've done. We did for that year.
We did 3, didn't we? We were going to do like 4 or something, but because Nightmare on Elm Street took us so long.
The next one we did was Picture of Dorian Gray, which was 2016. Oh, I could go back to look like we can't. Oh, let's go through videos. Man, we're really good at now.
Hey, you said it yourself, there wasn't much to talk about for this one, just lots of Pokemon battles.
I fight Pokemon, and Hypno's abduct. Oh, if you want to know where Hypno's abducting children came from, you're about to find out.
What? Oh, is it in the game?
Hypno in this. Yes, in the game, the Hypno. You remember Lostelle, the girl that got lost, who also speaks in third person?
Yeah.
For some reason, she gets abducted by Hypno. I swear it was in one of the animes as well, like Hypno's like...
It is, I remember that one.
Whatever reason.
Because Misty gets hypnotised into thinking she's a seal.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is going.
It's...
This is Japan, this could go
because we discussed it a while ago, I looked up the episode. What the idea is, the town has trouble getting to sleep, apparently. And so they used a drowsy. They previously used a drowsy to help them get to sleep. But the town drowsy evolved into a Hypno, and what the Hypno's been doing now is hypnotising the children, apparently, to thinking they're Pokemon or something.
Yeah, Charizard. Just excited, it's Charizard. I've already used Charizard. Just a aroma lady. Well, that's interesting. Job you have. Being an aroma lady, she works at whoever makes the fancy perfume air freshener things. Also, you battle little girls in this. Okay, it's Japanese little girls are often in things. I came out wrong. They're called tubers.
What?
They're called tubers because they wear rubber rings. Yeah. Not tubers as an instrument, tuber as in a tube. What everyone else calls a rubber ring. Or at least I call it a rubber ring. Not a tube. Same tube wasn't tubular, it was in the 90s. Although this is the remake, which is probably... When did the Game Boy Advance come out?
Wow, we're really going back here, aren't we?
I'm thinking it was 2000s by the time Game Boy Advance came out. But go on. That's the first one. Oh, fuck, I can't remember. I think blurs into one. I'll try and go back when things came out. Right. Game Boy Advance done. When did it come out? Come on, hit me. Cool, they 100 quid off eBay, not 100 quid for a Game Boy Advance this day and age. Release date 2001. The original Game Boy Advance came out. Wow, that was a long time ago. I suddenly feel old. Because I am old. Oh, Krabby! Oh, I'm sorry, there's a Krabby. No, think we've seen a Krabby yet.
I think we might have.
Really? Dino Kingler.
Have we established what we were talking about regarding our films?
What were we talking about?
The horror. Halloween ones.
I can't remember, we got distracted. Wouldn't you say it's in the name?
Oh, we're talking about that one. I thought you meant our horror films in terms of we've been doing them. We do them every year.
Oh, I can't be. At one point I'll go back through. Just as not a playlist for it. Although I can only find two, which is The Omen and Nightmare.
What, at all?
No, for that year.
I'm sure we did 3.
I'll do it later. The rest of them all have the year on them. Those ones didn't, probably because of Nightmare made me want to kill myself. Or more importantly, kill whoever created Skype. And
just kept dropping out.
All the time. The amount of times we watched that intro. Fred Krueger. I mean, never doing a sequel. We still haven't done Friday the 13th. Done Halloween.
Right. 2016.
No, it's 2015.
I know. I've just seen the 2016 one. I'm going back further. Wow, I'm realising how long it's been since we've done some of these.
My God, that was a long time ago.
Feels it?
Like good or bad?
Bit of both.
Mixed. Feels it. He just never leaves. To Disney Disney month.
And I'm also realised it's weird watching some of these because I realised there's some of these I don't remember doing, and then I realised I didn't do them. Sean did some of these on his own.
Yeah,
a couple of betas, Mirror's Edge and Overwatch.
Yes, well, that's just me. That's me just playing the game.
You did a 20-minute one on Overwatch without me.
Yeah, on the one in the beta. Sorry, I am bored of watching the beta. I try not to buy Blizzard games and become addicted.
Right, I've seen the Disney ones we did last year.
Yeah, I've Disney
classics.
Ones, 2016. Wait, we need to do the post-Renaissance.
Did we do? No, we've not done any of the Renaissance. We did pre-Renaissance.
The whole point of that one was we're doing it pre-Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
It was all the films pre-Little
We did
Mermaid.
Dumbo, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, and Black Cauldron.
For the wild card. Although I would say Oliver and Company would have been the better wild card.
It does have Billy Joel in it.
And Bette Midler, and as a poodle.
Oddly enough, I've been listening to the soundtrack of that one lately.
I love that song Bette Midler sings, it's hilarious.
Right, there's a Christmas for 2015. There's Love Actually, Brazil, Die Hard 2.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting experience.
Which one?
Brazil.
Brazil's a mad one. It is Terry
Gilliam.
Gilliam. With Michael Palin.
Yeah, well...
And Jonathan Pryce.
Yes, Jonathan Pryce. Right.
Yeah, because the horror ones we did in 2015 were The Thing, 1982, which is a unique one as well because I had it on DVD.
You need to do more John Carpenter films.
We've done 2 of them.
2, The Thing and
Yeah.
Yeah, but things like not necessarily horror films, things like Big Trouble in Little China. Or Escape from New York.
Because that was also when we started to do Fear.
Both of those have Kurt Russell in them.
We also started Fear at that time as well.
Oh yeah, okay, keep you out.
Yeah, because we did The Omen, Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Thing. I can't see. Yeah, because it took us so long, we ended up bleeding into November.
And we have a rigid schedule to keep. Halloween cannot go into November. At that point, it's Thanksgiving.
Did then. We only did 3 that year. Because we'd also just wrapped up doing
Freddy
Back to the
Krueger was
Future.
haunting our Skype. Freddy Krueger was haunting our Skype.
He really was.
Damn you, Freddy Krueger. Wasn't that not long after Wes Craven died?
Yeah, it was not long. I think it was during the time we were recording it.
Yeah. Those films get weird in my latest sequels, like really weird. To be fair, most of the slasher films get weird. Halloween involves a cult, Jason Voorhees ends up in space.
Yeah, some of them do get a bit odd.
Although Jason X is an amazing film to watch if you know it's a bad film. Just amazing. Although I do have a soft spot for Freddy vs. Jason. That's a stupid film. The small bit of that film where they actually fight is fucking amazing. It's just got to deal with the rest of it, the teenagers and... we haven't done Friday the 13th yet. Especially the original.
That was actually also. It was also during that time that season 9 of Doctor Who was out.
Yes. Oh, we found Nostelle, by the way. Who speaks in third person. Well, sometimes she does. She goes to you first. She says, "I want my daddy," but sometimes she goes, "Nostelle, I was not wanting this." I'm like, "You gotta speak in third person. Let's keep it consistent." Oh, hi, Hypno. I can't remember if Hypno said his name.
Started Wolfenstein around then as well.
New one's coming out soon.
And Sonic Colors.
And Sonic Colors. Oh no, the point is no. It's like Mania's coming out soon. That looks awesome. A nice throwback to old 2D. When Sonic was good, when it was 2D.
But yes, you're right. Then there's a new Wolfenstein coming out, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Yeah, it looks awesome.
What's it called again? It's Wolfenstein.
The new Colossus.
Yeah, that's it. New Colossus.
Wolfenstein game. That was surprisingly good, and it should have been.
It's strange seeing all the titles, realising, wow, we've done quite a lot of games.
I remember doing half, they all start to bleed into one, and you just get this weird.
Well, I forget sometimes which ones we're doing.
I started to rewatch it, and I'm like, it's bust out on Steam. Oh, no.
Well, it's the occasional smattering that I'm getting here of the occasional film as well. Some of the film comments you got. I forgot we'd done some of these. Monster in Paris, I've forgotten that was one of our commentaries.
Yes.
'Cause some of these, a lot of the film commentaries we do are neither of us have seen the film before. We choose the film.
It's more interesting.
But we haven't always seen them.
I thought you had seen that film before.
Monster in Paris.
I hadn't seen it, but
I knew the story.
Oh, I thought the rule was at least one of us has seen it.
No, not always.
Even if it was a long time ago, you've seen it.
No, I'd never seen it before. The film only came out in 2011. It was a film I'd wanted to see, and I knew what the premise was, but I'd never seen it. I might have watched it beforehand, so I knew what was going to happen.
So at least one of us hasn't watched the film before.
I mean, occasionally we've had some.
To be fair, last time I watched Alien before we did.
The Picture of Dorian Gray, neither of us had watched before. We knew the story. Some of the old classics we haven't.
Well, some of the old classics.
Same thing with Heroes of Telemark. I'd never seen the Heroes of Telemark when we did that one with Kirk Douglas.
Where we rescued a little girl and Bill dumped us back on Cinnabar Island.
That's nice of us.
Bill did it, because fuck Bill. Hijacking our act. We will continue this retrospective look back in the next part. For more nostalgia grabbing from him. And me. And maybe both of us sometimes. Yeah. I hate nostalgia. Unless I agree with the nostalgia, then I like it.